Yeah, peace. I want to get into this review one more time. I had this come in the mail. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be the version for 6 feet deep, but it doesn't say. So, this version that I ordered, you know, doesn't have the picture of the RZA showing his fangs and shit. So I think this is like the 1997 reissue. I think this is the first reissue that they did back in '97 when the original pressing, went out of print. I want the original pressing of this album. And the reason why, because the song Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide, Prince Paul added a snippet of Too Poetic when he was with Brothers Grimm, Brothers Grimm or whatever, performing, and he said, oh, y'all motherfuckers out there that be popping shit when the music go off, y'all listen to this, right? I like that part. That's why I want to get the original pressing of the album. And I'm gonna find it too. Plus the CD has like a metal thing around here, which makes it the original pressing. So I had the original version of 6 feet deep, but I was going through some situations, with this lady or whatever. So you know how it is with people when they they get rid of your stuff, and when you try to get your stuff out of there, your stuff being total damage. So, but I'm gonna get the original pressing of this, of the release of 6 feet deep because I like that part because it gets more in deep in what the song is about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get into the song listings and stuff. As I showed you on my last video on YouTube, this is the original title for the album that Prince Paul wanted to have for the U.S. Sellers or whatever, but the label wouldn't let him, promote that with this original title. So he changed the original title to 6 feet deep, you know what I'm saying? But this is the original title. This was the original title for the album in the USA, but in Europe, 6 feet deep is an EP of remix songs and stuff, which I'm gonna get and do a review on, you know what I mean? So to give y'all in depth of what it is, you know. The original album has 16 tracks once again, but this album has like 17 tracks, which has a track called Pass the Shovel. I didn't really feel it too much like that. You know what I'm saying? I wish Freak the Sorceress was on here, but that's off the Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide single. So you're going to have to collect those joints in order to have the full collection of the remixes and stuff like that. So I want to get a whole package of, joints, but I'm gonna go ahead and get to the track list and I'm gonna, give you my review. The first track of the album intro, Just When You Thought It Was Over. I like the skit, everybody was chanting Gravediggaz and everything. Then after that comes in Constant Elevation. Constant Elevation was on the Diary of a Madman single. It was like, the second single or whatever. Second Hidden Gem, which brought you to this album. Dope fucking track. I had an album by Prince Paul called Hip Hop Gold Dust, which has the original version with his original lyrics on there. It didn't really sound too well, but he had to make RZA change his lyrics to get more amped, and that's what he did. So there you have it, Constant Elevation. There's the original version of Hip Hop Gold Dust. It's on YouTube if you look it up. So now from Constant Elevation, Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide. Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide is a classic song. It's like the second single of, this album or whatever. And like I said, I want to get the original pressing of this album because I like how Prince Paul added the snippet from when Grimm was Too Poetic performing. When he said, oh, y'all motherfuckers out there that be popping shit when the music go off. Y'all listen to this, all right? I like that part. And then when the song is over, Poetic goes in depth. You know what I'm saying? Of, you know, how white people be controlling shit, you know. And it goes, it gets crazy when track Defective Trip comes on. Now, Defective Trip is a good song. It's a good track. It talks about people using all types of drugs or whatever. With the intro with when Poetic and Grim Reaper playing the drug addict, and he was like, "Yo, I got this hit for you or whatever." And Poetic starts tripping, and the song comes on. You know, with Grim Reaper, with the gatekeeper. Want to see something that can make you sick? Stand in front of death on the Gaza Strip. I used to take drugs from my car, jet in my garage. Then I get blitzed for the charge. I felt my head swinging, my eyes in the daze. For balance and off balance, I got drugs for days. Crazy verse, man. And Poetic gets deep into his second verse. Some people like chi, but some like glue. Some like blue or something like that. I get mad lifted off a gallon of glue. Pretty soon I feel like a top in the middle of the room, and it just don't stop or whatever. It was a crazy verse, you know what I'm saying? And I like when Grim said, there's an old man by old fat Ned trying to get a blowjob from a crackhead. He was like, "Hey, want a piece, little man?" I was like, "Yo, I'm better off with my hands." I was laughing when he said that shit. I was like, "Yo, that shit was a funny track, man." And then the RZA came in '86 on the strip, and yo, my hands was rusty. Grim Reaper, gatekeeper, my nigga, let's get lusty, leaky, leaky. I feel the signs. I forgot the two face like the signs of like the size of Gemini. Some shit he gets in deep with the song. It's a good record, man. Dope fucking track. Now we get into Two Cups of Blood. Two Cups of Blood with RZA and Poetic. Dope fucking back and forth track. Like when Poetic says, keeping your brain cells warm, something like that. And it's a good fucking track. Blood Brothers, love the track. Dope fucking conscious track. Maybe Diary of a Madman heads won't play this song that much, but I like that track. You know, Blood Brothers rolling together. You know what I'm saying? Classic. Then we get into the 360 questions. 360 questions to ask a Gravediggaz. Here are just 7 of them, which is a spinoff of NWA. You know what I'm saying? Niggas for Life album. But back to this, you know, the questions are funny as hell. Like the first guy was like, "Hey, yo, RZA, how many bites did it take you to treat your fucking arm off?" Yeah, it gets deep. And there's another guy was like, "Hey, who are those 2 other guys out on time?" And they killed him. And it boils down to the last question, which is Hellraiser from the Sons of Man. He was like, "Hey, yo, I got a question. Who killed Tommy's boy?" Boom. Talking about this and Tommy Boy Records from when RZA Poetic had they deal and he got dropped. And which leads to 1-800 Suicide. Now, 1-800 Suicide is my favorite songs. I keep saying Diary of a Madman, but 1-800 Suicide is like my second and third favorite song on there. It talks about suicide and stuff like that. Gatekeeper's verse was cool, but Poetic's verse was way more in depth. "Hey, you little rich kid, what's your beef? Come and tell the Grim Reaper all of your grief." You know, and he was like, "What you get lasagna from the pizza man?" Something like that. And then the verse gets deeper when he was like, "When you get home, just shut up your windows and your doors. Cut the oven off high for about 4 hours. Light you a blunt, kiss your ass goodbye. You gas yourself cause it's a suicide." You know, it's a crazy record. You know, and RZA gets into his verse talking about 6 devils entering this graveyard chamber. Having these devils commit suicide. Or play like Richard Pryor. Play like Richard Pryor, set your balls on fire. Better yet, go hang yourself with a barbed wire. It was a crazy, funny record. And then RZA's last words, hey, yo, yeah, more graves to dig. Goodbye. There's no need to cry, cause we all die. Dun, you know, and it was chanting Gravediggaz backwards in reverse. You know, it's a deep, deep, deep record, which leads to Diary of a Madman. Diary of a Madman is like one of the best songs that ever came out, you know, early 90s when Shabazz set it off, you know. The song got buzz off Hot 97 and did more noise in the video, which was crazy to me. I'm like, damn, that record blew more than the video did. And it was just black and white, so you can watch it again on YouTube anyway, so it's a deep video. He actually shot, you know, what's the director's name? Hype Williams. Hype Williams directed the video. He did certain clips off Canal Street where Method Man was in the video and he pushed that girl off the train tracks. You know, he made a cameo appearance in the video. He pushed that girl off the train tracks. That shit was crazy. You know, it was a crazy video. Grim Reaper playing the devil or whatever, the judge or whatever. Like it's like they cut half of the video short. In the beginning, I seen the actual beginning of the video, where the judge was all like a demonic judge and everything. And 12 o'clock, a rapper 12 o'clock from Brooklyn Zoo, rest in peace. He was in the video. Playing the slave or whatever, being like they was gonna burn him up, you know. But in the video, he was just roaming around, you know, through the pits of hell and the fire or whatever. And, you know, the video was crazy. So, you know, the video was crazy. I love that video. The video was crazy. I'm trying to find, you know, the whole video where I could see it from the beginning to the end with the judge and shit. So, it was crazy. Crazy classic track, Diary of a Madman. Mommy was a Gravedigger. A dope track, but a short track. There's like a longer version of the song off an EP called the 6 Feet Deep EP, which I'm gonna get. It has like a longer version. He made like 3 different remixes. He made like a West Coast mix that Hot 97 played on the radio or whatever. Kind of got a little buzz. But that wasn't all that. The original, like the album version of the song, which you hear on the album, is like way better. So, dope fucking track. Then you got Bang Your Head. Bang Your Head is a crazy track for the metalheads and shit like that. You know, like that death metal shit. You know what I mean? I didn't really care for the song too much, but it stands out. Then you got Here Comes the Gravediggaz, dope fucking track. Stands out as well. But my favorite track throughout all of them is Graveyard Chamber. Danger, 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 enter the Graveyard Chamber. When Shabazz goes off. You know what I mean? So, and Killer Priest goes off, I dig to your chest like a jar of acid. Dude is crazy. I bet you RZA didn't say nothing about that verse off that song like he did with the Diary of a Madman. So that joint is, you know, crazy. And then, you know, it's a good posse, Gravedigger posse joint, which is slept on. It's like a slept on track to me. You know what I'm saying? Another track I feel like another track that I felt that was more slept on than Graveyard Chamber was Death Trap with Master Ace. And he was like, there's no way out of the death trap. Now everybody knows the content of the song, you know what I mean? You're doing the wrong things. Death is gonna come behind you and get you. You know what I'm saying? Karma will come back to you. You know what I'm saying? It's a dope storyline too. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what the first story was about. Like Gatekeeper was talking about a girl named Steph or some shit. She met an alcoholic at a bar and she stabbed her to death or whatever. Then there was a second verse talks about a guy named Black, a drug dealer named Black, selling crack or whatever, and how the cops shot him at the end of the verse, but he still survived, but he got caught from the death trap. But the Poetics verse is way more in depth. It ends the song perfectly. Talking about a chick who got molested by her father or whatever. And then after he had one more lust for the night to lust her down, the RZA appeared with the axe and chopped his private parts off and shit. The RZA got an axe, gave his 40 whacks and threw his ass in the death trap. You know what I'm saying? It was a dope fucking record. Dope fucking record. Dope fucking hardcore record to me. You know what I'm saying? We going from Death Trap to 6 Feet Deep. G to the R to the A to the V. E to the D to the I to the G. G to the A to the zigzag Z. Gravediggaz, nigga, 6 feet deep. You know, crazy record. Chan, while they spitting. Crazy record. Like a dark chant. You know what I'm saying? Like when RZA said, we crept through the door, some shit like that. I gotta hear this track again. Dope fucking song, and this ends the album with the rest in peace outro. RZA goes off and shit. Dope fucking track. You know, dope fucking outro track to end the album. I like the end of the song where Prince Paul added some old town folk song. We sing someday you are going to die. And the chant goes off and then it ends. And it just made me play that track over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? I love that joint. Classic, you know what I'm saying? I play this track over on my phone to take care of my CDs. So 16 cuts, there you have it, you know. The song title list review of this album. For any new Wu fans that are just discovering all of the albums and doing reviews, pick this album up. It's a classic, you know what I'm saying? Get the original pressing. You don't really have to get the reissue joint with Pastor Shovel, but just have the album in your collection along with the remixes and shit like that. So and again, rest in peace to Too Poetic. I'm gonna get his group, the Brothers Grimm album, the Ghetto Repair Young Minds album. Before Gravediggaz, I'm gonna get in depth with that once I order it. So I'm waiting for my other Gravediggaz interview promo album to come. It's called 360 Questions, Digging Up the Future. I think Havelock Nelson or whatever did the interview. It's like a promotional CD, but it's supposed to be on its way. So I'm gonna do a review on that. And I'm gonna end this video by saying it's like the best classic album that Prince Paul ever, put out or whatever. Cause I got signed from one of the guys from G Street Records. You know what I'm saying? He's been hard trying to get this album off, And he was going, Eazy-E was feeling the Gravediggaz. Eazy-E was going to sign the Gravediggaz, but he gave him a horrible contract, so who would have known where this album would have took off at if he would have signed with Easy. You know what I'm saying? So, the guy Havelock Nelson, he coined it. Like the Flatliners, called it horrorcore. Havelock Nelson was gonna call the Gravediggaz music horrorcore. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of took off. It kind of like beat the Flatliners to the punch a little bit. Flatliners, Headless Horseman, and the Punishers was dope, but the Gravediggaz beat him to the punch and shit. And for this one album, Nightmare in the Minor kind of brought it back on the more conscious level, though. So, another, another classic album review. Until I get my, Gravedigger remixes, my 6 Feet Deep EP, all the rare remixes. I'm gonna do an album review on that. So, y'all stay tuned for that, alright? And well, y'all be safe. You know what I mean? I'm going. Peace.